Hey guys, you're listening to What the Fuck Are We Doing? I'm Randy,
And I'm Miranda.
and this week our episode's not on a Monday
Oh my god,
because
I forgot.
we were busy bitches.
Yeah,
Finals, guys,
they
finals.
were
Are you
rough.
officially done?
Yeah, I'm done.
So you're done with school for right now? You're
Yeah,
on break.
for like a month.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
Oh my god, I love that. So me and
I
Miranda
know.
could finally hang out. Wow.
Finally.
Because this is
Yeah.
like the only way we hang out. Or we hang out, like we said, once a month.
Yeah, we like go on like
I third wheel.
drinks and dinner dates. Yeah.
I third wheel with Miranda and her boyfriend,
It's
and
fun.
it's
I like
honestly a
it.
blast. I love it. I
Yeah, we
miss
have a
them.
good time.
We do. The other day, I was literally looking at restaurants, and it was so funny because
You're like, ooh, we can go here.
no, literally, I was like, oh my god, I need to send this to Miranda and Rodrigo, and like maybe we should go.
There's so many places I've been wanting to. This is what happens. There's like two spots, really just one that like we love to eat from. So like we order
Okay.
it every time I'm at his house. But I have like a list of places that I want to try, but we
And
just
you
never
never do?
try them
Yeah.
because he's like, "Do you just want to get Lala's?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's just get it." So then we eat the same thing every time.
You guys haven't gotten tired of it yet?
No, it's really good.
Like some things, like when you eat it so much, you're just like, I can't do this
I
right
think
now.
we might like it's gonna get there at some
Like
point.
eventually. How
But
long
it's
has it been
just-
since you guys have been going to this place?
Well, the funny thing is we've never actually ate there. We always take
But like
it
you
to
guys,
go.
okay, so that was like me and that last guy I dated.
Yeah.
Remember at that one spot? Yeah.
And we've been saying to you, like, oh, let's go eat there. Like, let's go eat there. No, it never happens. Because we
No.
always, like, I always go over on, like, a Friday after work. So I'm, like,
Yeah.
tired and I've already, like, showered and I don't want to go anywhere. So
You're like, no, I'm good.
it's good. Next time, maybe, oh my God, maybe us three will go to the restaurant for the first time.
Imagine.
It's
I love
really
that.
good. You'll
Is
like
there
it.
anything gluten free?
I honestly don't know.
We'll figure it out. If
I'll
not, I
find
have
out.
my
I'll find
pills.
out. Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine.
So today's topic is like a light and fun one because last week was super heavy and
Yeah.
full of tears and crying. So yeah, we
know,
we
it
actually
was
got a lot of
rough.
good feedback on that episode, but it was a good one.
I
I
think
think it
you
was
kind of
needed.
have to, like,
this
when
week we're
you cry in front of people. They have to tell us, like,
Oh, yeah.
thank you for sharing. They can't be like, you guys are fucking losers, you know?
imagine. No, I got a lot of like good messages, like talking about how a lot of people, like I got one message in particular that was talking about how the person who wrote to me was saying they like always struggled with like not knowing what to say to people, like when that
Yeah.
happened. And they're talking about how like they've never really experienced that like with someone they're
Mhm.
close with. So they're like, I don't know what that person's going through. Like I could imagine it's hard, but like what
Mhm.
do you say to someone who is grieving and mourning
Yeah.
the loss of someone super important to them? So yeah, it was a good topic. If you guys haven't listened to it, go listen to it or watch on YouTube and you can see us crying.
Literally.
Yeah, you can just watch us cry the entire time. But
Mhm.
this week we are talking about, how would you even word it? Should we say, can you, or like should you be friends with your ex?
I think it's both. I think, like, okay, well, Randy and
Well,
I
it's it's obviously a situational topic.
yes, and
So
we've
before
only had,
anyone's like, oh, like it depends. Like we
yeah,
typically
know
say
it
that.
depends.
Yeah, we know
say it
that's our
depends all
favorite
the
thing.
time.
But Miranda created like I feel like they're the basic type of situations.
Yeah, you fall under,
A category
I
in a
feel
way.
like you do. Maybe you
Yeah.
fall under multiple. But it's okay. We
Yeah,
don't know.
but
I've only been broken up with once.
Ugh.
Like between us two, we don't have like a lot of ex-boyfriends.
We don't have a lot of ex-boyfriends. I have
No.
a lot of people that just it never happened,
Yeah. For a good reason. It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay.
But we want to talk about it. We want to talk about it. And this was a suggested topic by a listener. So that's why we're doing this. So if you guys suggest topics, we'll definitely cover it. And yeah, let's get started. Miranda, do you want to start us off?
Sure. Okay. So I guess I'll tell you the five different categories we kind of broke this up into. So one is I put, can you be friends with your ex if they broke up with you? That's the first one. If they cheated on you, if it was amicable, if you have a new significant other, or if you're dating someone new, and then if you share mutual friends. So all different groups here.
Yeah. So maybe before we dive into it, not necessarily talk about like our exact situations, but would you be friend with your ex?
That's funny.
Because that's kind of like the first one. They broke
Yeah.
up with you. That's both of us. So
It's not. We're just so far past all of that to me that it doesn't mean anything. How upset I was and all of that is so long
ancient.
ago. Yeah, that it's like I don't want to be his friend. Not because anything like, I'm angry, just because we're not friends. And that's what it is. We live different lives and we don't know each other anymore. And that's okay.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't feel that I need to be his friend. I don't feel that we'd ever be friends. And I am more than okay with that.
Yeah. That's how like I feel. I mean, my situation and your situation was much different, but I just feel like there's no need. Like, I'm honestly at this point in my life where like there is no hate, there is no like ill will towards that person. But at that point in my life, I was a completely different person, and maybe they've changed, I don't know, but there is no reason for me to have that part of my life in this new part of my life.
I agree. That's like really what it comes down to. It's just like, it's ancient. There's
no need.
No. Like, there's just
like, what are you going to get from that? Like, what are you going to get from it? And I feel like the whole thing with like relationships is, whether it's like romantic, platonic, whatever, a person should be in your life if they like give some like value or add something to it. And it's like, I'm sorry, but that's not going to do anything for me at this point in my life. So, which is why we're not together.
Exactly.
Right? So.
Exactly.
But more on if they broke up with you. Why would we say yes or no?
So I said that I think it depended on the person. And then I said from my experience, no. Just because like you said, I don't see the point. There's just no point.
Just
seems
pointless.
Exactly. And then I also said, for some people it could be more complicated. And I get it. I get being like, oh, I want to be their friend. You really don't. You're just trying to like cling and like grasp onto like any type
I feel like it's something like you're comfortable with. It's like homey,
that's why so many people stay with people, because they're just comfortable.
Yeah, like I've been there. Like, you're just so like, okay, but if this doesn't work out, then like I'm not gonna have like this routine.
Yeah. Or you're like, if I can't have them as my significant other, I'll just be their friend. It's fine. And it's like,
oh God, that never works. I'm not gonna say it never works, but like,
I don't think it does.
There's been cases I have experienced some things like in my situation. No, doesn't work.
You know what's funny? This just brought a real life thing to my head. One of my classmates, so I do school online, so like we only know about each other what we choose to share. So one of my classmates is, I think she's like a mom, she's married, and she told us that she was married, right? Totally married, and then they got divorced, and then they got married again, and they're like really happy. And
see, like, I've heard of that.
Same, but I'm like,
I don't know anyone personally,
wild.
But I've heard of it. Like,
that's so wild. And she's like such an angel of a person. But she also told us like they had to do like a lot of work to get back to being a married couple. But I was just like, wow.
Isn't that wild how people really will like get divorced
and then be like,
well, it's the same thing. Like if you break up and then people get back together. But like divorce, like, you must really love and want to be with that person to go through a whole ass divorce and then get married all over again. Like,
I know.
Props to them though. That's pretty awesome.
I was like, you know what? She knew what she wanted. Like,
yeah, they both did at this point. Yeah, that's good.
I just thought that was really cool. Would I ever do that? Probably not. But I thought it was really.
You know what I hate? Like, okay, well, this is like, because we all know that or I like to say we all know, but I like to think that I'm a very nice person, and I can be. The other day, one of my guy friends, he was like, Randy, I feel like you're very naive. And no one really has ever just straight up been like, you're naive, even though like we all kind of say it in like a way, you know, like
we say, Randy, you're too trusting.
No, this is what Miranda tells me all the time. And it's like, I know what she really means. Like, it's okay. She's my best friend. She can say it. But my guy friend told me this the other day, and I honestly took offense to it. I was like, immediately like, you know, someone calls you something like that. You're just like me? No,
and then you think about it and you're
no, but I was thinking about it and I was like, damn. Like, I didn't tell him he was right, but like if you're listening to this right now, he knows. But no, I was like, damn, like that's true. because, but I like to think, okay, I'd probably be like, oh yes, I'm so in love with you, like we just got divorced, let's get married again. But I like to think part of me would be like, I just spent so much fucking money on a divorce.
That's what I'm
like,
saying. That's
I'm not gonna get married
again. First thing that came to my mind was like, you both probably spent so much money, and I don't think it was like they got married, they got divorced, then they got married again. Like I think there was a gap in there, so they probably went through like and separated all of their
that's what I'm saying, everything,
and like did all this
and
stuff,
then just
and then they got
at that
married
point.
again.
Is it just like Uno reverse? Like we just everything goes back to normal, or like do you have to go through a whole process to like unreverse it? I don't know. I've never been divorced.
I think you'd have to date, like you'd have to date each other again. That's just the only thing I can like. The only way I can imagine it working.
Honestly, I kind of love that they like worked it out though. Like that's awesome.
So do
like,
I. She's really
honestly,
nice.
I'm sure you don't think of like that other stuff, but like I'm thinking like outside perspective, like that's a lot of money.
That's what I thought.
But we heard it talks about exes, so next one.
Okay. I feel like that was the easiest one.
Because it's just pointless. Well, we both feel it's pointless. That's reason? Both of our views. What is the reason you're at?
Like the biggest one with that too is like, if someone broke up with you, it means they don't want to be with you.
Yeah. So
that's enough. Like, that's enough.
Okay, but this is the thing. Let's think of all the people,
young versions of us,
are in relationships. Yeah. So like me,
us.
I could.
5 years ago.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk about myself, guys. So let's go back to when I was in a relationship. I remember so this is the thing. I've been in 2 serious relationships. Well, the only serious relationships I've ever been in. The only 2 relationships I've been in. They both broke up with me. Well, the second one never really broke up with me. He just fell off the face of the earth. But I count that as a breakup, obviously.
I do
like
too.
After some time, you're like, okay. Obviously,
I guess we're
nothing
not
to do with me.
Anymore.
Yeah, like okay, but
oh my
like
God.
with both of those. So the first one broke up with me and was like, I do not want to be with you, and the second one literally fell off the face of the earth and couldn't even tell me that. So it's like, why? Like, why are you gonna want to hang around and be like, yeah, I want to be your friend. Maybe we can make this work again, or I just need you in my life.
I think that's what it comes down to is
therapy.
Like, yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. But like you're so naive and so like, oh, maybe if I just whatever. And that's fine. Me. But now we're too old for that, I think. Like if someone says that, then it's like, okay, that's my cue to leave and never come back.
Is so we're talking about like when they have broken up with you, but like look for the signs. Like I feel like there were so many moments where I should have just known. You know? Like I feel like it hits you in the face. Like there are signs. Like you just need to be aware. Like
most people just ignore them.
Pay attention to actions as well. Okay, next one.
If they cheated on you.
If they cheated on you. So, no. A fuck no.
Yeah.
A huge no.
That's
Why?
The same. What did I write for that?
Absolutely not.
I said absolutely not. Yeah, that goes hand in hand with the same, like with the first one, because to me it's like if someone did something like that,
they don't want you.
Yeah, to someone that they're like, I love you so much. No, they don't. They're lying to you.
And we get this whole thing is situational, guys, where I just know like someone's gonna message and be like, but what if it was just like a little, you know, a fling? No, like I just don't get that. Like, okay, I go out. I will drink. I will get drunk. There has never been a moment in my life where I have been out like that and have been in a relationship and have been like, oh, yep, like I'm just going to go and do that. Like, unless you're blacked out drunk, maybe, but I still feel like there's some part of you that knows what's going happening. On.
I don't disagree. I've never been shy about the fact that I used to almost make really questionable choices. Yeah.
But it's like you still knew what you were doing.
And I knew it wasn't okay.
Yeah.
And
that's why after you felt bad and you would go and be like, oh my God, I almost did this.
Yes. And
I love Miranda. She has word vomit.
Perfect example of it not working out. And that means something. Like, I just think that if you're doing those things or you're thinking about those things or your significant other's doing those things or thinking about those things, there's a reason, you know?
Yeah. Like, and it's not you. Like, majority of the time, it's not you. Like, it's literally them projecting, like, their insecurities and their hurt, and that's why they're going out and doing all these things.
Yeah,
because
usually
it's like,
there's like something happening.
yeah, usually. Most of the time, people are projecting. But I don't know, like,
every day.
it's just such a weird idea to me.
And
I know so many people.
What?
So many people who, like, go back to cheaters.
I was just going to say that. With
so
this
many
first and second group that we're talking about, everyone knows like that girl or that guy or that couple that like always breaks up and gets back together.
Yeah.
And
or always cheats on each other.
Want to say
like
how
they
much
both
I
take
hate
turns.
that. I just hate that. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
I understand that I don't have to understand because I've never been in one of those situations.
No.
But to me, it just seems like pointless, a waste of time, a waste of energy. Like, why?
The thing, like, not that I've seen much of this as an adult, but like this was very much a thing, like high school, college.
I hate to say it, but I still see it.
The people, okay, I don't. But like the people would be like posting shit on like Twitter.
Oh
and,
my
like,
God, that's so fucking embarrassing.
And then like 2 days later, they'd like have all their pictures up again.
Yeah,
and be like,
they like archived everything, and then they're back together.
That's just so embarrassing to me. Like, I just
yeah,
don't
no,
understand.
it is like
I don't know. But I'm glad that I'm just glad I don't see that. You're still seeing that, and that's concerning me that people.
Yeah, no, like people older than you too, Miranda.
Ew,
like,
get a life.
so like I'm 24, Miranda's only 25, but it's like
that feels ancient,
right? And it's like I'm at this point too where I understand like we all go through it. Like I've made questionable decisions in relationships where like I stuck around when I shouldn't have or things like that, and dealt with bullshit I shouldn't have. And I don't know, I feel like sometimes like I get that it's hard and it's like I'm not going to talk about anyone, like what anyone's going through, but it's like there comes a point where you're like you're fucking tired of it. Like, you know,
give
like
it up.
Like, oh my God, he's not going to, this is the third time we've gotten back together and he's cheated on you all 3 times and you're going to get back with him because it's different this time after a week. He's changed.
What's always like thrown me off about that is that I don't know, like the thing that I struggle with is like, do you have no one in your life? Not even, I'm not talking about like your mom or like, but like you don't have any friends or anyone that's like, hey, you're worth so much more than letting someone treat you like that. Or maybe they do and they're just like not listening.
So this is the thing. Yeah, no, because like I've been there where people have been like, why are you in this relationship? Yeah. And it's like, I love them. Like, you know, like you're so blinded by it, which like I get. But my thing is with cheating. Like, I feel like just cheating in general, like I've been cheated on. Thankfully, like I didn't find out about it when I was in the relationship. I found out about it like years after. But if I found out, like I think that's like the actual one thing. Like if I found out, I'd be like, no, like you fucked another person.
Yeah,
like no, I don't need that. Like gross. Sadly, I let other things slide. But gross, like no, like at that point, like why?
And I think too, not that. I don't know if I'm going to say that. I'm going to say it.
I don't know.
I was just going to say I think that it's like different levels, right? Because I think this is how some people think. Like, oh, well, they just kissed someone.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying too. Like, it was a one-night thing. Like, they were super drunk. They had no idea what was going on.
Whereas, like, someone entirely sleeping with a different person is, like, a lot. Like, that's something I'd be like, absolutely.
I'd be like, what the
I wouldn't tolerate any of it, but I understand why, like, young girls are like, oh, well, he just did this. You know, I get that.
Yeah, and the next time it's, oh, he just slip and fell into her fucking vagina. Like,
oh my God,
you know, like
I'm having this like really weird stabbing pain, so if you see me
rubbing
my chest, that's why. I don't know, maybe it's heartburn.
But yeah, both of us agree. I think cheating is just a no.
I agree. We're just too old.
Like, come on,
it's just like, time to move on from it.
My thing too is like, if you're in a relationship and you're interested, like you're actually interested in someone else, or you're like having these thoughts like, oh yeah, like I want to like go out and like hook up with other people, like
then
break up with them.
Yeah.
And
that's
like go explore, like
do.
Go be a whore, like do whatever you want, but like why be in a relationship and do that?
That's why
Like at that
what I
point,
said
like you're
about
just
those
really not
people.
thinking.
No, but I think what happens
Like you're
is
not
they're
thinking
like,
at all.
oh,
No
I
thoughts.
want to have a girlfriend to do the girlfriend things with, but I also want.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry that I
Okay.
keep using men as the cheaters in my
Yeah. No.
examples.
But like it could be both
Either
because I
way.
know women cheaters or I
Yes,
knew women
so do
cheaters,
I.
but it's like that shit just blows my mind. I don't know.
Me too. It just there's no like thought process.
There isn't like to me cheating is just really like makes no sense. Like
You
I get
know-
it happens, but it makes no sense.
I just thought about this. You know where I see people like talking about getting cheated on is TikTok. They talk about it all the time, and it's always like older, not old, but like grown people, and they'll be like, "Oh, I found out he was cheating." Like, da da da. I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, no, I see those two like husbands and wives or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm always like, this shit's still going on.
I know,
Why?
and
Like,
then
which I get it, like, but at the same time, it's like, bro,
I
like, talk to your significant other and
yeah.
figure
Why
out
are you
where.
doing
Why
all
is
this?
is there a disconnect? Like, do you need to not be together?
Go to
Like,
therapy?
or sometimes if you're just really like not physically interested in that person anymore, I feel like you should tell them. Like, don't like be like, oh, I'm not attracted to you, but like, it's
Just be
something like
I'm not
you
really
guys need to
feeling
talk
it.
about it. You know, like what, like. If you don't want to do the therapy route and you're really just not interested in your significant other anymore, like
Leave
there is
in
divorce.
a nice way. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Okay, where's our next?
Our next one.
It
What's
was
our next?
amicable.
Ooh.
I think that this is probably more common in.
Amicable is a big word for those who do not know what that is. It means it was mutual.
You think people don't know what amicable means?
I don't know. I'm nervous. We don't know.
They're gonna be like, "What is amicable?"
Imagine they're like googling
Hey,
it,
Siri. I'm sorry. Okay.
or they're probably like, "This dumb bitch, Randy. She didn't even have to tell us the definition." Okay, but that's
Whatever.
what it is.
Either way.
You guys both agreed that this was not working out.
Yes.
Should you be friends?
To me, I think that I don't know because I think there's like, what does a friend mean? Does that mean you're just cordial? Because I think you could totally be cordial. Do I think you should be like, hey, bestie, like texting and stuff?
Yeah. See,
No.
so we posted a little question thing on our story on Instagram to see like what people were gonna say, whether or not like you should be friends with your ex, and a lot of people were like, obviously it's very situational.
Yeah.
But someone was like, what do you mean by friend? Because they're
that's
like
the key thing.
So it's like when I think of a friend, like just friend, it's someone like I talk to every once in a while, like we hang out occasionally, you know, that's it.
Yeah. So
Like we're involved on social media, like that.
that's kind of what
I'm
I
not
thought
saying
too.
besties. I'm not saying besties like Miranda and I, where we talk every fucking day. She knows everything about my life.
What I thought was like in my head, I thought what you said, but hanging out, not in a situation where you plan to hang out. More of like, oh, we're all
you
doing
ran
this,
into them.
or, like everyone's getting together and like they happen to be there. Not like
That's if like you have mutual friends though.
I couldn't imagine being like, hey, want to go to lunch? Like I don't know. I just feel like it's weird.
I see. That's the thing is like I know people who are not together who are friends like that.
I don't.
And
oh,
like
so do I.
oh,
So do I. I just remembered. You know her too. She knows. She probably listens to this. If you do, hi. You know I'm talking about you.
you can tell me after.
Okay.
So let's get back to what we were talking about. If a couple, let's say it was like a healthy, loving relationship, and I just got a text message. Sorry, an annoying one. It popped up on my computer. Sorry, guys, couldn't hide that. I just read it and I was just like, but if it was a healthy, loving relationship and for some reason it just didn't work out, and you guys both decided, let's move on.
Yeah.
What do you think in that case?
I feel like I took a note on this. Let me read it. Oh, okay. I said that I think people would need, like, you couldn't break up and then be like, let's be best friends.
And
like
let's go hang out and get lunch next week.
Yes. I think you'd need to, like, take some time for those feelings to, like, go away. And then you can revisit the possibility of wanting to be their friend because you probably won't want to anyways.
Yeah, personally, I think the same. Like, if you're breaking up with someone,
why do you want to be their friend?
That's just personally what I think. Like, what? Like, why? Like,
I just don't
I'm
know.
like trying to think like I'm
this
trying to
is
think if
where-
there's anyone I've ever dated
that
like
you've done that.
no that I've dated that I've been like, oh yeah, like I would love to like see them again and like hang
No.
out.
No one. Not a single soul.
Yeah. Because personally, all mine have not been very nice, or like you're not very nice, but like they didn't end like in an amicable way, really. You know, like they either did something or something happened where like we should not be together. So
even
for
people
my
that like I dated, I'm like, I don't want to see you.
yeah, like, and I think I'd love to dream. You guys know I talk about like a healthy. My next relationship is gonna be so healthy
It'll
and
happen.
loving and so nice, which it will. That's what Miranda's experiencing currently, and I love that for her. But I don't know. Like I just think like if I'm breaking up with someone, like okay, I don't know. I just had this random idea. So let's say you do have this great like healthy relationship, right?
Okay.
And you like maybe just realize like you guys both realize like, okay, I love you so much, but like there's just like this one thing, like there's this one thing like
you don't want to have kids and I want
yeah,
have
like
kids.
something like that. I was thinking something like that, or just, you know, I don't know, like bedroom stuff. What if the one person likes something and the other person's like, oh, I don't ever want to do that. So like amicably they're like, let's not be together. Like I love you, like you're a great person, but like if you guys can keep whatever it is between your legs there and like not hook up and like not be like flirty and stuff, then I feel like work. Yeah. But personally, I don't think I could ever do that.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm not saying I'm gonna be like in a relationship and be friends with an ex and like be a hoe, but I'm saying like I don't know. I just personally think like if I'm in a relationship, I'm probably gonna have sex with that person. Why would I want to hang out with them after that?
That's what I'm saying, and I think like, not just
in reality. Like I'm sorry, but like that's what it comes down to. Like I've seen you naked. Like I know everything about you. Why do I want to continue this thing when I'm trying to like be out here and meet new people?
That's what I was gonna say. I think I'd be like bothered if they were like, "Oh, I went on a." I'd be like, "You went on a date?" Like I'd be, you know, and that's not normal. You can't be that way with someone.
Yeah,
that
because
you're not
that's
dating anymore.
because like we're kind of jealous, but here come the bitches who are spiritual and who are like, oh, but like healthy. Like if you're like healed, no, we're human. Yeah, I know I would be like
bothered.
I feel like I'd be like, well, I don't want to fucking hear about this. Like,
right? Yeah, no.
And friends want to hear about stuff like
I'm
that.
Gonna have to
so we should not be friends.
That's the bottom line. Not a single one of these situations have we said that you should be friends with your ex. That's okay. Okay.
When but this is how we feel. And okay, once we're done talking about our little like situations and whatever, I'm gonna tell you guys what listeners wrote in so you can hear what they have
Emergency
to say.
alert. Stop.
Oh my god, I hear it going off in my house. It's so funny. I never get them. I never get them.
You don't?
Ever.
I hear it going on in my house too. That scared the shit
out
of
me. I
me.
never get them. I don't know why.
Silver alert. Missing endangered elderly. Sad.
Hopefully their family or someone finds them.
I hope someone finds them.
I hope you guys don't think I have a stutter because it was like hope.
Okay. Our next one is
nothing wrong with having a stutter. I was just saying.
Correct. Our next one is if you have
a
new
fun
significant other.
If you have a new beau, bae, they, whatever.
Anyone.
If you have a new person. So Miranda, I love this. This is someone who's in a relationship and someone who hasn't been in a very long time.
Yeah. I said absolutely not. I would be so uncomfortable if Rodrigo was like friends with any of his exes. Not because I don't trust him, but because I just don't trust other people, and I just don't. For what?
Pointless, once again.
Exactly. And I know that he would say the same thing about me. So I just know that he would be like, yeah, no. So I'm going to say.
Like, why do you need to be their friend, Miranda?
Exactly. So I'm going to say hard pass.
Rodrigo, you don't sound like that. I'm really bad at doing impressions. So, like, don't get offended.
He does the worst impressions of me. So that's his fucking payback. He does this stupid voice of me and it drives me insane. Yeah, I just think that's I think that's you asking for bad things to happen.
That's what like going back to it, like I just feel like that's one chapter of your like season of your life. It's closed. So why bring any part of that into like what you have going on now.
There's a few situations here where I'd say it's fine. If your ex turns out to be gay, fine. If this is your like, if people are like, oh, we dated in middle school, I think that's also fine. Things like that are like, oh, okay. But like, if this is someone we
dated
like,
in middle school and we broke up like 5 years after college. Just kidding.
I think if
no,
it's
like a short little fling,
whatever. But if it's someone, especially if it's someone you spent like a really long, significant period of your life with, I feel like that's like weird.
Hard pass.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
I wouldn't date someone if I knew they were close to their ex when I was dating them. I'd be like, yeah, no.
Okay, so someone who's single. If I was in a okay, well, let's do it from the like point of view of me like dating. So like me, I can't say I'm currently dating, but like I'm putting myself out there, like I'm going on date, like, you know, I'm doing stuff like that. There was one guy that I was like messaging. I hate saying talking to, but there was a guy I was like getting to know, and he brought up like, yeah, me and my ex are like best friends. He had told me that, like, we're best friends. Like, they were together for like over 6 years. Like, they still talk, like they still hang out. They're cool. Like, she's dating someone new, but they're cool. And I was like, oh, like, that's cool. You guys were able to create that dynamic, you know, and everyone's comfortable. And his thing was like, we've been through so much together, and like we actually like basically we grew up together, like in this relationship.
Yeah.
So it's like that. And to me, I was like, okay, like cool. Like if it works for you guys, it works for you guys. But I was like,
no, thank you.
I could not do that. Like I personally like I don't want to go and hang out with the girl you dated for like 6 years.
I just think it puts them in a like if you and I dated and broke up and I stayed best friends with you, I think it puts you in a weird place where like your significant other should be. Like,
yeah, because
they hold them to this like, oh,
yeah,
and it's weird.
Like, okay, with me, like I know if the next person I date, if I ever fucking date again, and if they ever get to meet my family or my friends, like, what if you're going over and like to a birthday party and it's like, oh yeah, me and this person grew up together, like my whole family loves them and they're there too, and then it's like
weird, you
know, like maybe no one would make it weird, but to me I'm like, that's awkward. Like
what if there's
I'm gonna have a relationship with like your parents, like,
yeah, or like we wish he was dating her,
yeah, like, or them, like him, like that's awkward.
No.
Like, why would you do that? Like, I had a girlfriend in high school she was dating this guy, and the mom, she was like the first relationship he had after like a long-term thing. And the mom would always like make comments to her about like how she like missed the other girlfriend and shit.
Ew.
And I'm like, that's weird. Like I don't think a mom should do that or like get involved. But like, I don't want to be uncomfortable. Like I don't want to be thinking. I'm an overthinker. I would be like, what the fuck is going on when I am not around?
Same. So would I. That reminded me.
But it's like you're supposed to trust the person, but it's like what you said. I don't trust other people.
I don't either. That just reminded me of this one time I dated, and I'm using air quotes because like we hung out like twice or 3 times. Yeah, maybe 4 times. And I went over to this guy's. I was like in college, so I went over to his house, and he lives with his parents. And I remember meeting his mom, and he was like, oh, like I really want you to meet my mom. And I was like, okay, I really don't want to, but okay. And she was like rude to me. Like she was like had an attitude with me, and I was like, fuck, like why does this like I don't even know
what's
this
the point? Yeah.
Yeah. And so then like we stopped talking. I don't know what the timeline was on this, but not that long after, he got back with his ex-girlfriend, and they like had a baby together. And I'm like, this is what it was. Like she must have always been around, and she liked her. And
she
here
knew.
I was in however, I don't know when they broke up or how, you know, and here I am. And she was like, yeah, no. Oh my God, it was so uncomfortable. Never went back there. Never saw him again.
Well, like, that's fucking weird.
It is. And I'm like, why are you being mean to me? Like, your child brought me around. I didn't fucking willingly come here.
Yeah, but true. Then they also think, like, they don't know what you know. They don't know if you knew or not. Like, so that's the thing. But
that was so painful.
No, I say no.
I say no, too. Okay. And I was really trying to think of people that I like that have done this, or that I could give you an example of this working out, and I don't have any. I have none. So
Yeah.
that's going to be a definite no.
Yeah. Very situational, but based off our experiences, no.
Based off everything we've gathered, no. Okay. Our last one is you share mutual friends. This is the most complicated, I think.
This is so funny because you know what I've done, guys? So the only 2 relationships I've ever been, one was in high school, one was after high school, like during college. I had mutual friends with both of those people, which is how I met these people. Were from our friends, our mutual friends. I can honestly say for my first relationship now, I still talk to some of our mutual friends. I don't need to talk to either of my exes. For me, I don't need to talk to either of them. I'm friends with a select few of the mutual friends that we shared at one point. But, like, I don't need them in my life to have those friends. And those friends understand that, too, because they appreciate and value my friendship, like the relationship we have. And that person doesn't need to be involved.
Yep.
That's just based off my experience.
Yeah. I didn't have, God, this was so long ago. So we had like, my ex and I had one good friend that we shared. The rest of them I did not consider my friends. We just had this one mutual friend, and I tried to maintain our friendship, but it didn't work. And I think that's because, and you know, that was one person. I don't know what I would do if the person I was dating and I shared all of our friends. Like, every single person that was their friend was your friend. I don't know what I would do, because you're not going to go find new fucking friends. That's not fair.
Oh, I did after my first relationship. I mean, like, I already had other friends, but I just went from hanging out with those people all the time to just
core group of friends. Like, what if?
I mean, that's the thing. So when you're dating that person, I feel like it's easy for people to become your core group of friends.
Yeah, you got to find your own just in case.
Yeah. So
yeah, well, like,
there was a lot of times where in those situations I'm like, oh, I'm asked out, okay, but
yeah, I thankfully
I go up and talk to anyone, so I made new friends.
Yeah,
I made new friends.
Okay, in the relationship I'm in now, Rodrigo and I have my own friends. He has his own friends. That's because he didn't live here, you know? So it's like we come from 2 different worlds, which isn't, I actually prefer it.
I feel like that's cool. Yeah.
It is really cool. I've met a lot of his friends who I really enjoy, and then he's met my friends, and we have our own friends. So it's not like oh, let's, you know, like we share everybody in our lives.
That's nice. I love that.
I do too. I never would have thought that I liked it, because it's so far out of my comfort zone, like having to meet people that I've never been around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you. I try. But yeah, so I don't know if I was someone, this is like the example that comes up in my head. Like, and I think it could happen around here because everyone knows everybody. Like, if you and the person you dated forever and ever and ever, and you guys went to the same high school, so like all your high school friends turned into your adult friends,
like your local,
and you're all still friends. And we see that a lot around here because it's fucking Whittier. I don't know what I would do.
I just feel like it's a local thing.
It is.
Like, if you stay home and you're local, yeah, like the other day, like I went somewhere and the guy was like, "Oh, you just missed your ex," and I was like, "Oh." Not coming back here again, but like, you know, like
thank you for letting me know.
Like, it's a possibility, like, for things to happen.
Totally.
But I personally don't ever really sing myself, like, say, old mutual friends of like exes, like mine and my exes hit me up and were like, "Oh, hey Randy, like, I'm having a party, like I really want you to come." I probably wouldn't come knowing that they're gonna like they might go too, but that's just because like I don't want to be around them. Yeah. But if you're cool with it and you're like, "Oh, it's been forever, like we're cool, it's amicable, whatever, go do your thing." But like, no, I just think like if I can have an answer to like just one word for like all of this, it'd be pointless or no.
That's how I feel too. I don't think that the person that you dated that broke up with you, or that cheated on you, or that you broke up with, or you both broke up with each other, I don't think that person can provide you with the friendship that you can't find somewhere else. I don't think that they're like anything spectacular. Like you
It's just
probably
so
feel
ordinary.
that they do. You probably feel that they are because
In that moment, you were in
Yeah.
love with them.
and you go through things with people, and so you feel close to them, and da 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 da. But that's all about, like, that's how you learn.
Our brain is just fucking with us.
Yeah, and you're gonna go through close things with people all the time. Like we've talked about friendship breakups. Randy and I have gone through and lost a lot of friends.
Oh.
And we went through things with those friends, and they were really close to us and near and dear to our hearts for a period of time, and then they're not, and it's sad, and then you move on, and then you find other people. So it's like,
I dropped something, but it's okay.
it is what it is. That's how I feel about it. If
Yeah,
you
mic
want
drop.
to do that,
Do whatever the fuck you
I
want.
don't
We're
know.
always going to tell you. Do
I
whatever
think you
the
just
fuck
have to
you
be
want.
cautious.
You're
have to be
going to do it
cautious.
anyway. Yeah, but like
Know
we've
what you're
been
getting
there.
yourself into is
We've
what
been
you should do.
We've
We
tried
have.
being friends with people.
And it never works. And that's okay. And it's a learning curve, and you got to figure it out.
I just feel like you can't have like a motive.
No.
Like, you
can't
really
go
just-
into it like, if I do this, maybe
They're
going
going to fall in love with me again or whatever. And maybe if I just stay their friend for years and let them date whoever they want.
Yeah,
And
if
then
you
one day it's
really-
just going to work out. Like, because
Mhm.
it's meant to be. Bitch,
No.
move on with your life.
If you really want to be friends and you both really just want to be friends, maybe you can be.
And I'm not saying bitch as in girl. I'm saying bitch as in
Bitch.
he, she, they. Any of you.
Bitch, bitch, bitch.
Bitches.
Yeah.
But
I
let's
don't know.
talk about what listeners wrote in when I asked them the question, should you be friends with your ex?
Not my Wi-Fi again. Did it kick me off again?
No, you're here.
No, I'm here. Guys,
You're
our
here.
Wi-Fi's
Okay.
been really struggling. So
I don't-
it is what
we
it
don't
is.
understand.
We don't know.
But the things we got were, of course, depends on the situation. And also, what do you mean by friend? Someone you talk to often. I think a friend is a friend. A friend is someone you talk to, yeah, like pretty occasionally. Like you said, you could hang out every once in a while. That to me is a friend. That's what I consider my friends to be. Not a best friend. Best friend is someone you talk to all the fucking time.
Yeah.
You see them. I mean, I don't see Miranda all the time, but we're best friends. We talk all the fucking time. This person said, I feel like you can be if you're mature enough.
Oh, that's key.
We had our chance, but I still wish the best. To me, okay, cool. If you guys are both mature enough to not do anything or have zero feelings for each other, I just think like personally, I have zero feelings for any of my exes or anyone I have ever dated, like, because I have completely moved on and healed from those things. But it's like, why would I have, whether your situation was horrible or whatever, whether you healed from it, you got over it in however long, like, why? Like,
That's what I'm saying. I just don't get it.
Like, I can wish you the best and not have you in
And
my
not
life
talk to you.
whatsoever.
and not know anything about you.
Yeah.
That's kind of the beauty of life.
Right.
You
And that's the
can-
thing. Like, yeah, breakups are so sad. And it's like, I've been through them and they suck. But it's kind of like, you're not that person anymore. Like, it's time to
No.
move on, experience new things.
And like 99% of the time, the person you're leaving behind, you, them, is not going to be as good as like where
The
you're
next.
going. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just not. Like, we talk
It's
about
very
that all the time.
situational, but
It is, but it's not. At least in our cases.
the next one we got was not right away, but it also depends on the relationship. Everything depends. We get that.
It all depends.
But not right away. I like that. Not right away. You need some time to reflect and to heal
Yep.
and to figure it out.
to
Because,
let it all out.
oh my gosh. And my favorite thing, though, is like, I feel like this is like totally a young, I mean, unless you're like super toxic or like you have a lot of stuff going on. My favorite thing is when people break up for like a day or like 2 days or a week. And then they
Yeah.
get back together and they're like, they've changed. Everything is better now. And it's like, what the fuck?
They really had time to reflect on what
yeah,
it's
like
to
I was
not
one of
have
those
me.
bitches, guys. I was one of those bitches. It'd be like 4 hours. And I'm like,
It's okay.
he got it together. We're good.
He knew. He
He
figured,
figured it out. He took some time to
He's a
reflect.
changed man.
We're good. Yeah, so maybe not right away, guys. Give it
No.
some time. The next one is hilarious because it was the same person and they sent 2 messages.
Mm-hmm.
They first replied right away. I'm assuming like this person immediately saw it and was like, no, because they said no.
And then they
sent another message and said, maybe later, but not right after a breakup, LOL.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. We got the next one. Friendly is great, but probably a little toxic to the heart to be close to them. Communicating as friends.
I think it never lets the wound
heal.
It doesn't.
Never. Like, if you are friends with them right away or, like, depending, like, that's the thing. Like, I get it. It's hard. You have a routine. You talk to this person all the time or whatever. But it's like, how do you expect to get over it when you're like, I'm still going to talk to them all the time, but, like, we just don't say, like, I love you or call each other babe or whatever.
You're just, like, so dependent at that point.
Yeah. Like, let it go.
Yeah. You can fill your time with so many other things. Like.
Yeah. Learn how to depend on yourself. Like. Honestly, like,
read a book, ride a bike.
I still struggle with it, but like I was very, very dependent on people, and it's crazy how much has changed over the years because now I'm like, I couldn't imagine like doing some of that shit that I used to do all the fucking time.
So embarrassing, right?
Right? Like, I really loved, like, I thought I liked that. Like,
yeah.
No, girl.
It's called growth.
No. You gotta know.
That's my answer. No.
No.
For what?
Same. The next one, of course, situational. We get that, guys. If the friendship adds value to my life and there are boundaries, we can be friends. I like that. I mean,
I can't. I really cannot.
I mean, I just don't see a point.
Instance.
I don't see a point. But if that person, I don't know how they would add value to your life with, but
no.
I mean, if you guys are both on the same page and you guys, I don't know.
I just see it getting in the way of so many other things. Like, sure, very different. If you have children, you don't have to be, but
if you want to co-parent,
you got to be cordial with people.
And
we're not saying don't be cordial. I'm saying I could be cordial with anyone.
Yeah, like if I saw someone, I'd be like, hey, or maybe not say hi, just
not say anything.
Be cordial and don't say anything at all, or don't be like their car or whatever.
Oh my God,
yeah,
stupid. No. Just continue living your life. Yeah. As if they're not there, because they're not.
It's like emotions. It's like all things. It's temporary. Just let it pass.
It really is.
So no.
It really is. Yeah, the bottom line is fucking no. We give you no yeses.
No.
I literally can't think of it.
I really thought too, like there was going to be a part where we'd be like, okay, yeah. No.
For what?
We're great.
If someone can give me, I'll tell you this. If someone can message us, and if you're in strong support of this, give me a good fucking reason why. A really good reason. And maybe I'll consider it. But I can't think of one.
Yeah. Like, honestly, please talk to us about it. Mm-hmm. I'm interested.
Same.
Because we get it situational, guys. Maybe give us some situations. What are you currently going through? What are you experiencing to make you feel that way?
Mm-hmm. And I'll still probably tell you no, but I'd like to know anyways, so. Yeah.
We're a little nosy. But next week is going to be a really good topic that's going to be very informative, and it's real life shit.
It's going to be like class.
Yeah. I'm really glad that you guys were able to have some fun with us and listen to us say no.
And if you were coming here like looking for validation that you should be friends with your ex, this wasn't it. So.
Sorry. No.
This is
You're not getting that from us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. It's not Monday, so this is like the first ever what the fuck are we doing episode that's not on a Monday.
Not on a Monday. What's today? We're recording on a Wednesday. Yeah. So here we are.
Wild. Please, for those again who left me messages saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, like I never review or anything," like I'm going to
do it.
Just do it. Leave us a 5-star rating. Tell your friends about us. If you're listening to us currently, post it on your story. Do whatever. Let people know. Help us out because we're tired of 9 to 5s. We're tired of doing everything. Like, for real, guys. Like,
yeah. Just to help us.
Yeah, just be our friends. You're listening already. Like,
exactly.
Pretty pointless to not. So
I agree.
Follow us on all of our socials at WTFAWD podcast or at What the FCK Are We Doing? And that's it. Bye, guys.
Bye.